Welcome to Into the Starfield, a podcast where we launch deep into all things Starfield. I'm your host, Joe, and with me are my two spacefaring co-hosts, Chase and Zach. Now, before we jump into it, I'd like to thank our viewers and listeners for joining us today. We do record these via live stream, so make sure to check us out on Happy Pants, or at Happy Pants on YouTube and Twitch. And for our audio listeners, we will try to post links to visual content in the episode description and on our Facebook page. Now that that's all out of the way, let's talk about Starfield. All right, guys, it's been a month since the Direct, and we still have 2 months left to go. Do you think that the Direct came too early?
I don't think it did. And I don't think it did because the way Starfield delivered everything, in my opinion, was just different from what I'm used to. And as Chase pointed out, I felt burnt and hurt because of some of these other video games and the way that they've sort of presented themselves with all this flair. And you know, their big bang, and then you know the game just didn't ever turn out to be that fantastic.
Right, but that's what Starfield just did, was put out big flair.
Right. They did present big flair. I think the timing of it is good though, and it's different, and that's why I like it, is because it's different. I can't say anything other than that. It's just a feeling more than anything else.
That's okay. That's what this is about.
I know. Okay, I'm emotional about it,
and that's okay. How do you feel about it, Chase?
I'm glad that I didn't see the gameplay trailer from a year ago, because I would have been losing my shit. Because everything they showed in the Direct in terms of gameplay was like already displayed a year ago. So, and that's what got me before, was the gameplay. So, yeah, I mean, everyone's like, oh, if it's like pre-rendered footage, it's always like, oh, you know, it's not the real game. It's like, well, they showed actual gameplay here, and it was pretty cool. So
I believe that they said that the gameplay shown was from the Series X.
So, oh, was it? Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think this time around they like dived into the systems a bit more in terms of like what to expect from it, but
I feel like they kind of showed us the Direct too soon, and now we're just left, you know, waiting.
You're just excited. You just got
yeah, I'm excited, and I'm ready. I mean, we got all this information from the Direct, and there's now still 2 months left, and everyone's so excited, and they just want, you know, they're looking for anything that they can get because they just want more Starfield. They want more, and there's
That's
nothing.
Perfect to get all this speculation.
Yeah, I mean, well, but we've also gotten 2 or 3 interviews from Todd Howard. And, you know, I think people might be noticing that we got them like right away, and now there's nothing because Todd Howard said everything that he's going to say about Starfield, and we're not going to hear anything until the game's out. and my fear is that just because of that, people are going to lose interest now they've got all the information that they're going to have. And it's just,
and whose fault is that?
It's Starfield's. It's Starfield's fault.
Joe,
it's Todd's fault.
It's healthy to miss the thing that you love. It's okay.
It's not missing.
Joe.
It's more anticipatory because the game isn't here yet, so I haven't even experienced it.
Chill out.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
Your feelings are invalid, Joe. You shouldn't feel this
I'm not
way.
saying I
Nobody
won't
said
be
that.
excited for it when it comes out. I'm sure plenty of people will be. I just think that people are hungry, like really hungry for it right now, and by the time it comes out, they'll have had enough of Starfield talk and hype. The hype will be gone. Like, it'll be non-existent. Like, they just won't talk about it.
Okay, so to regenerate hype, we're gonna get the Todd Howard OnlyFans at a month out from the release, and then
I'd subscribe to that.
And then we'll get our
dude. Oh man, he had it planned all along.
Yeah, he knew
right through him.
Yeah, he's launching his career in a whole new trajectory.
Yeah, he'll do like Elder Scrolls themed like sexy cosplay.
Oh my god, he's retiring and this is his retirement work. So Chase, I like what you said about that early gameplay. I guess what I'm trying to say is I haven't seen it yet. I never saw it. The only thing that I've seen is the Direct. So from my perspective, there was nothing else, and I've been trying to keep my eyes away from most of the content that I see. Yeah, I'm mostly just avoiding it. Yeah, very virgin. I
Stay
want
off
to
the
stay a
Reddit.
virgin.
I'm gonna say
I
that
haven't-
now.
yeah.
Stay off the subreddit because God, there's so much toxicity. I haven't been.
Actually,
to the
we're gonna
Starfield
look at the
subreddit,
Reddit here today.
But subreddits,
Oh.
subreddits in general tend to be so toxic about this kind of shit. They're the ones saying that kind of stuff, Joe, where it's like it's too soon. I cannot
actually
wait.
haven't seen anybody bringing this
Really?
up anywhere.
Okay.
No, it's just something that while I was writing the outline for this, it kind of came to me as a realization that Starfield is 2 months away, and it's.
Joe's impatience. Joe wants that instant
I'm ready.
gratification.
I want
have
it.
it.
Okay.
Fix it.
It's it's just
Mhm.
every game I play. I like playing video games and I want to play games, but every
Yeah.
game I play, I just am sitting there playing it and just going, man, I wish I was playing Starfield right now.
I've been playing a lot of Fallout 4 and Skyrim over the past month, and it's the same thing where it's just like, man, this could just be
Starfield.
the same amazing formula, but in space.
Okay, well, let's change the subject. I want to talk about characters, the character customization. They showed off a bit of that, but we only ever saw human characters. What do you guys think about the possibility of aliens, maybe?
Yeah,
That would
I
be
feel
cool.
like they don't need to do I think a lot of like if you look at Mass Effect, they went all in on different alien races and stuff. I feel like they don't need to do that
Yeah.
here, but I don't know.
So,
Whatever.
One of the interesting things about space exploration in general, even NASA has this big old thing that they're pursuing where they're trying to discover whether or not, we're the only living intelligent species. Well, I shouldn't say that, but is there life out there that's not intelligent life out there that's not just humans per se? And we kind of got that answer from the weird space junk, the artifact or whatever it is that they teased at the end of the direct.
Okay.
Yeah. What made it?
Yeah,
What-
who made that?
Yeah.
And so maybe they go the route where there isn't any more.
Or they're
these
dead and
ancestors
gone.
are dead,
Yeah.
but you still get the answer in the tease. There was
Look,
some
it's
cool
the
stuff.
St. Louis Arch.
There was actually a Reddit post or something that I read. Someone was asking a question, do you think there will be a Kessel Run in Starfield? And someone responded with, no, that was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
It'll be a mod.
Yeah, definitely be a mod.
Dude, I want to talk about mods at some point because
I knew you
Okay,
would.
okay,
We're
okay,
definitely going to talk about mods. But first, while we're talking about characters, let's talk about how cool the new badge system looks that
that's
they
pretty
showed
cool.
us, right?
you can wear the badges too.
Well,
love that
I don't know.
so much.
Yeah.
We saw some on suits and
Supposedly.
screenshots, but I don't know how you choose which ones to wear, right?
Yeah, I don't know how it
because
works.
I was looking at it, and there's a lot in the skill system. I mean, you have 5 different skill trees with 15 to 17 skills per
Oh.
tree, 4 ranks per skill. That's over
Yeah, that's
300
crazy.
things
Really nice.
to spend skill points on.
That's nice.
Well, look at Fallout 4. You had your 7 special. You had 10 ranks per, and each one had 4 to 5
That's true.
perks per. So it's and then not to mention there's a bajillion extra perks you can earn through magazines and shit. I've been doing the Nuka World DLC, and I just did one that's you get extra strength and endurance the poorer you are. So if you have less than 100 caps, you get 1 strength, 1 endurance. If you have less than 1,000 caps, you get 2 strength and 2 endurance. It's shit like that where it's okay,
That's awesome.
I guess that's a perk I have now.
That's
I hope
funny.
they do more of that.
But how many skill points can you get overall, in total maximum or something in Fallout?
I mean, you get 1 per level, so
Till infinity?
100 of them, I guess.
yeah. I mean, so yeah, because you can get more, and you can get higher intelligence, so you get more skill points, so you can level up faster.
Wow. Okay. I didn't realize they were unlimited like that. I
I
guess
think you just keep going
But-
if you want.
that's funny because in Fallout 76 it was completely
There was a
different.
cap.
Yeah, it's like 30 or 50.
That's different as an MMO though. You got to keep everything locked down.
That's true.
I don't know. I feel like Bethesda games, you can get overpowered pretty easily, or have like millions of currency.
Yeah.
So they seem to leave it kind of open ended in that, where it's just like, yeah, whatever, you're god by the end of the game, but like it's still fun.
I love that though. I really
Yeah.
do like having the unlimited and endless pursuit of power.
Yeah, like, even without mods, I remember my vanilla Fallout 4 run. I could one shot a lot of stuff with the Gauss rifle because it's just like you just stack everything up and it's all additive. So, and it's like the game was still fun even though I could one shot everything. I don't know. Skyrim kind of got boring after that, but I don't know.
Okay, well, let's talk about the 1,000 planets. You know, a lot of people are talking about that, saying, you know, 1,000 planets is a lot, especially when, you know, 10% are only that can like sustain life within it, right? So there's a lot of empty planets, and it's just a lot of planets and exploring to do.
Right.
But you know,
Well,
I
also-
suppose that No Man's Sky has like billions of planets with basically nothing to do on it, and it's totally fine. And 1,000 planets is actually really small,
Yeah.
especially for a group this size. It's going to be quality, right? Quality on every planet.
I have
A lot of
thoughts.
space.
I have thoughts on that. So
That's what we're here for.
yeah, I mean, if we're directly comparing No Man's Sky and
I didn't
this
actually think that they're comparable. It's just I'm using it as an example about
Yeah.
planets.
Todd even said that in one of the interviews. He was
Right.
like,
People see Space Game and go, "Oh, they're the same."
well, it's the procedural generation. It's stuff like that. But like with No Man's Sky, I don't really have any. There's no like sense of adventure to me where I'm like, if I boot it up and I explore a new system and I go to a new planet, I'm gonna see something that's like totally brand new, fresh experience with some cool little story that I've never experienced before. That's like not gonna happen. But it seems like when, you know, with this, there's the chance of like various handcrafted events being thrown at you, and you never know what you're gonna get, which is where, you know, the motivation to explore comes in, I guess. I would love to do a segment where we come back to this like 6 months after and just be like, look at those fucking idiots. They don't know anything they're talking about.
They
Hey,
thought
maybe we do it.
they sucked Todd Howard's dick and they just
He took
they
our
were
money
getting
and ran.
gaslit, man. They took their money. They went out on a date and everything, and then
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's talk about. I mean, there's some funny things that Todd Howard said, like they're asking about like iconic creatures, which I thought was kind of interesting because of the idea of like these different planets and stuff, and only 10% have life on them. It'd be really weird if there was similar life on multiple planets.
I think that was the point where it's like you look at our solar system and 10% of our planets have life.
I get that, but I'm saying if you go and see like Brain Sprout on one planet, and then you go and see Brain Sprout on another planet in a different system,
Yeah,
that kind of doesn't make sense.
I feel like there would be heavy lore implications for that if that seems like the kind of thing they would have attention to detail for, and they're like, yeah, just so you know, the brain sprouts are spreading across the galaxy, and you're all screwed if you don't, sort it out.
or like there's serious invasive species control happening.
Yeah,
like that would be really cool because you could set up like, okay, the Popo are super sensitive to you moving cargo between like a certain sector or galaxy or something.
Yeah, because there was that part
like,
about,
hey, we have to do an inspection.
There was that part we saw where they scanned your ship for contraband, right?
Yeah, Todd mentioned that in an interview.
I'm excited for that.
Dude, I can't wait to try out, because like this is one thing he said about the main story is that it will have you be introduced to like all the different factions as you go through. So I'll probably actually be doing the main story first.
Right.
Because you can get a genuine
Dude, that's
interaction with all the main factions.
That's the way I always start out my Bethesda games is, I'm going to go and do the main story. And then I get side
you're
quest
gone.
sidetracked
Yeah.
crazy because
I
I'm a completionist.
also want that space magic.
Yeah, I know.
I think the game will probably be a lot more fun with space magic.
Probably.
If you-
But you're hitting on two things that I actually wanted to talk about or show. So there's a part in Sidonia that we see. Did I get the thing? Yeah. So Sidonia, it comes through here.
Is this that's the Mars colony, right?
Yeah. And we see a little count here.
Oh, hours without incident.
The hours without incident. And if
no.
you remember the when they're talking about creating your character and like they show your character like waking up and people being like, hey, yeah, you like hit your head pretty hard there, and then showing this, I saw someone talking about this and hypothesizing that this is the hours since your incident, essentially being a game time clock.
Do you think it'll
in-game
reset if you like if something happens? Like, do you think they like hard coded a like reaction to things? Like you shoot someone and then it's like ding goes down to 0.
Oh, I don't know.
Good job.
I think it's going to be just like a game time clock that keeps track of your game time, but it could also just be nothing, right? I just think it would be a cheeky way to do your in-game time, which would be really funny. That's assuming you start off on Sidonia, right? So
it would make sense that you start off close to home.
Okay, and then there was another one you were talking about all the factions and stuff, and so there was another piece that I saw people speculating on, and this one I'm gonna do with audio, so buckle up.
Ooh.
Inside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of
can't hear.
unclaimed systems to explore.
You can't hear
These
it.
areas
People can.
Yeah.
It's all right. You don't need to hear
are
it.
also home to the most
just watching the
hostile
screen.
factions in the galaxy.
The great serpent hungers. All heathens shall be made dust in time.
A new face. Is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge?
Red Mile. Okay, the Red Mile. Now I saw someone talking about this. What do you think's going on here?
The Red Mile is a race. That's what I think.
Okay.
I'm thinking the gauntlet from Nuka World.
Okay. So what are people doing here?
They're probably like setting up their ship to load out with all the biggest guns they can get on it, so that when they do the Red Mile, they can shoot the shit out of each other.
No,
Okay.
I think it's on foot. I think they like run.
Oh, that would be
It's
cool.
like an obstacle course, and those will probably be lots of blood. I'm guessing that's where the red comes in.
Okay.
That's my guess.
So what I saw online was people speculating that this is like these are like edge runners, like hackers and stuff like that, doing stuff.
Oh.
I'm almost on your side, Chase. What my theory is that gate is a gate to the Red Mile or something like that, a contestant's ring.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen The Running Man with Arnold
No.
Schwarzenegger?
Should I?
It's literally it's a game show where they
Oh
put
shit.
prisoners in
Yeah.
to this situation, and they're supposed to get to an endpoint, but they also have like big boss guys that are hunting them, trying to kill them.
Oh man. Okay.
Yep. And almost like a most dangerous game scenario. And then it's a game show, and people can bet on it and stuff like that. They bet on who they think is going to win or get the furthest, or where they think people will die and stuff like that.
This looks like a control room or something where they would monitor all
like
the
a control
activity.
room or betting stations or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's my theory, is that this is like a Running Man scenario.
Oh man, that'll be fun.
If
Didn't
you haven't
they show
seen
the
Running
space
Man, go
station?
see Running Man, because
Okay.
it's
I
you-
saved it.
Can you pull it back? Isn't there like a view of the space station that you're on?
I think that comes after here. Hold on.
You see, Chase,
There's
I'm only
this.
just noticing now that it says running or run.
It does say run.
Oh,
run.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does that always see? I don't like digging into the details too much. 'Cause,
No.
But it is interesting.
Yeah.
Looking at that.
This was just something that like I watched Running Man in my younger days, and
Oh sure.
and this was exactly what what I got from this was this is a
Running Man.
A Running Man scenario. They're gonna put you
I'll
in
watch
an
that
arena.
before it comes out. I
Yeah.
got time.
Yeah, we got months,
Pick any weekend, any day.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move along. We got spaceships, right? We got the spaceships, and so much customization in spaceships, right?
Is there though?
You don't think that there's too much?
I'm just teasing. Actually, I freaking love this.
There's a
This
lot
is
of
probably my
customization,
favorite thing.
and people have been coming up with a lot of interesting ideas for spaceships.
Yeah, I was thinking about some.
I wanted to show you guys.
Want to recreate?
I want to show you guys some that I found.
Okay, yeah.
That I think are quite interesting.
Oh, whoa, go back, Joe.
What?
Oh, dude, there's a giant space monster that looked like it was the sickest catch of the day.
Oh yeah. That's what I think. That's what Todd Howard was referring to as the
okay.
Some really bad creatures.
That's awesome. Okay, but anyway, spaceships.
Okay, spaceships. This is a segment I call "But Hear Me Out."
This looks like a battering ram, man.
So there's the starship you have, okay, but hear me out. The Event Horizon.
What is the Event Horizon? What is this from?
It's a horror movie. The Event Horizon is a ship that gets sucked into a hell dimension essentially, and then comes back demonized essentially. So
is this like a movie? What's
yeah,
the
great
called?
movie. Great movie. Go watch that movie.
What's it called?
Event Horizon.
It's called Event Horizon.
Yes.
Okay.
I know what the Event Horizon is. I didn't really make a movie.
Yeah. Well, so they made a movie about. Obviously, the Event Horizon is a different thing. An actual Event Horizon is a different thing. But
are you gonna make the pre-demonization version of the ship or the post?
Ooh. So a little scary, right? Maybe too scary. Okay.
Sure.
But hear me out. Space Odyssey.
I like this.
Yep.
This is a good shit.
Okay, a little too phallic.
That's
okay.
that's another movie I need to see.
Yep. All right. Okay. A little too brain twisting. Okay, but hear me out.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Spaceballs.
Dude, the Thornberries went to space.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe not structurally sound for space or airtight. Okay, but hear me out.
There you go.
Yep. It's a classic.
Classic
Classic.
UFO.
Maybe too on the nose. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
But hear me out.
Oh no.
No.
It only needs to survive 0 to 1 atmosphere. That'll work.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine.
A little
for that,
too
probably.
structurally sound and well tested by the FCC. Okay. Well, okay. But hear me out.
Okay. I mean,
okay.
in
All
theory, if you have a spacesuit on, you're fine, right?
Oh no.
I want to see some dude straddling a rocket just floating through space. Like,
But maybe we shouldn't trust Acme. Acme products. Yeah. Okay. So hear me out.
you
balloons.
know, something tells me for under the atmosphere, as long as there is an atmosphere, this is okay. But as soon as you get a little high, it might not.
Oh yeah, you're right. They might pop. Oh, okay.
They might pop.
Okay.
They might not work.
But hear me out.
Yes. Get a train.
When did Thomas get a...
That'll be a mod.
That'll definitely be a mod.
That's gonna happen. We had the dragons in Skyrim, so why not the spaceships in
Yeah, the little
Starfield?
little choo-choo Thomas. Yep.
Dude, you're gonna try
Thomas
and
the
raid a
Tank
bunch
Engine.
of raiders or space pirates, and they're gonna just be a bunch of Thomas train engines
What
coming
would
at
the inside look like?
Yeah, dude.
Oh no.
Where would everyone go?
Lovecraftian horror on the inside.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay. Maybe a little too
Why does he
moddy.
have
go
he
ahead.
has a like a spacesuit helmet on?
Yeah.
Does that imply that Thomas the Tank Engine has to breathe oxygen?
Well, he does have to burn coal.
Ah.
Mm,
Okay. Well, that was
Interesting.
an answer I didn't expect.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
I thought-
Okay.
Yeah. It's
A
got
little
flesh
too
inside.
moddy, but hear me out. Kid with a cardboard box.
Hey. Hey.
There you go.
Dude, if I could custom paint my ship with like a stylus and just draw children's drawings on the outside, I absolutely would.
All right. So this is maybe a little too unscientific. Okay. So, but hear me out. Kim Jong-un
man.
in a up and down ride.
Rocket Man.
How does he fit in there?
I'm pretty sure that's
Photoshop.
Photoshop.
That's Photoshop. Yeah, I can't quite tell from how small it looks to me.
Okay. But hear me out. No.
Hear me out. No.
No.
Batman
more.
slapping him. No. All right, and that's the end of it. But
Cannot.
but hear me out.
That's illegal.
That's funny. So those are your ideas, Joe. Zach, what kind of ships do you want to make?
What kind of ships do I want to make? So I didn't even really make it to the concept of ships because I was too busy sucking Todd Howard's dick. Because I love how absolutely simple this idea was for him. Or just for the game in general. It's like, why wouldn't you want to be able to make your ships? And then why wouldn't you just make them, plug and play Legos?
Yeah.
Right? And like, it's such a simple concept. Like baby's first video game, if you've ever tried to make something, like I immediately went into, I'm going to procedurally generate a dungeon with a bunch of rooms, and I'm going to connect these rooms together. You didn't even have to do the procedural generation part of this. It's just, here are the rooms, go have fun, make everything look really nice.
Yeah. Clip them together.
Yeah, clip them together. Like, hell yeah, man. It's awesome. So, I mean, I want at least one spaceship that is nothing but like a garden. I feel like that would be fun.
Mhm.
And then I want another spaceship that's literally meant to be just sent into space to blow up other ships. That sounds like fun.
Like a glass
Oh.
cannon.
It's the decoy, glass cannon. Just like send it and then feel no remorse.
Fleets?
I don't
Ooh,
know, man.
Multiple ships.
Like
That seems
AI
a little
driven
complicated.
ships?
Wasn't it mentioned that the ships are very late game and expensive?
Yes.
The ship.
Ship
Building.
customization. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Upgrading and stuff, they said it was something you can definitely do along the way. But
Yeah, like you can upgrade modules, but if you want to swap out a part or add a new module or whatever, it seems like that would be expensive.
or if you're wanting to steal ships and then customize those, that can be expensive
Yeah.
too.
so you have to buy the
to register it.
registration for the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love it. I would so love it if you wanted to buy the registration. If you have to pay back like anything, any fees, any bounties, any whatever that the previous owner had on their spaceship,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So like if they were like doing something super illicit or illegal, you have to like pay all the fees for that if you want the spaceship. Like, oh man, I can't
funny.
do that. That's just a waste of money.
That you bring up a good point. Bounty hunting.
Oh yeah.
That
That's-
might be a
yeah.
thing. A way to make
It-
money.
That would be super
It
cool.
better be.
It
Yeah.
better be because it's a whole cowboy theme. That's like
Yeah, you
half of the
can't-
cowboy theme. Like I'm gonna go get
Yeah.
this money.
You
That's
can't make
true.
a whole part of the part of like the, solar system be space cowboys and not do bounty hunting.
Right.
Do you remember Firefly and Serenity? Because
Of
that
course.
that came to mind so hard when I
That's
started seeing
probably the aesthetic that I'll want to
Yeah.
like go for first.
Oh yeah.
The first character is kind of
What's the name of the ship that they have in that movie?
Firefly?
the-
Or
is it called
Serenity is the name of the ship, right?
Serenity is the name of the ship. You're right.
Is it?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Where
Or
did
not by the name of
Firefly
the
come
movie.
from? Was it
Firefly is the name of
Firefly
the show.
I know that, but wasn't it like the class?
The
of
class
ship or
of ship
something
is a
like that?
Firefly.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about customization. There's base building too, which
Yep.
looked awesome, but also a late game thing.
Yeah.
Is it two? Oh, I was hoping it was earlier game than.
No,
Well,
it's also
just a lot of
expensive.
resources.
Yeah, it's gonna be resources. There's also
I imagine
skills that
it'll
assist
be-
with it. He talked about
Yeah.
those skills that you might need to make things
Nope.
cheaper or easier.
That's
to
just
do.
like Fallout 4 though,
Yep.
where you
Yeah.
have certain perks that you have to use to like be able to do a shop in your settlement or whatever.
Yep.
So that's normal.
Let's see. We've got companions. Obviously, it sounded like some of the companions might also be part of the like whole procedural generation thing, where
Yeah, because you can go to
a planet
certain,
and
like,
find someone?
spaceport.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So they'll have like randomly created people,
which is really
to
cool.
join your ship. Yeah, I like that. I'm hoping. See, all these ship parts are all the same style, that like NASA punk that they're talking about. I'm
Right.
wondering if they ever add like some like alien ass looking
Stuff
ship
later.
components. Yeah, or like later in the game,
Mods.
or if you can find.
Oh,
I mean, it'll
dude.
probably have to be mods, but like I'm curious if that's the only style they went for the
Yeah.
ships.
I so hope not, because like if you're finding all this cool super space power magic sitting around from the artifacts and the ancestors, and you can't stick like a weird mysterious thing on your ship.
Well,
That
I
would be
bet-
spinny, cool.
I bet you that might be
Yeah,
something that
you know?
comes up in a later DLC, that type of stuff, because right now it seems like the story is you're discovering this technology, right? So maybe in a later DLC, it'd be like time has progressed, we've learned some things, our aesthetics have added new options based on this new material or technology, right?
I'm so excited for the DLCs too, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've always like every Bethesda DLC, not every Bethesda DLC, but they usually, it's just more of the same good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they usually, it seems like they had a lot of really good ideas during development.
Yeah.
And they do a DLC and they're like, we've got like, if you wanna, do you wanna? Yeah, let's do it. And then it's just a whole other freaking thing.
Yep.
So good.
Okay, well, let's move on to like combat. There's a lot of different gun types. I was looking at it. There's like all the different gun types you can think of, and then there's also like categories of like ammo type. And I'm assuming they have one of each of those gun types in each of those categories. So it seems like there's going to be just a ton of guns, gun options and stuff, which is going to be really cool. For the gun players and stuff. And the 0G, the gun, like the gun physics in 0G was
that'll be
crazy.
really interesting.
Or that they affect your gravity, like are based on gravity at all. Like ballistic weapons will push you back in low gravity. And
I was thinking about that. I was
energy
wondering
weapons
if
won't do anything.
Right. I'm wondering if they have like the concept of a gun that is connected to your jetpack, where every time you pull the trigger, the jetpack will apply
counter apply
counter apply like an equal and opposite force, so that you don't actually go anywhere.
I wonder
it's
if
not
maybe there's a
far-fetched
skill
in this universe. Yeah, so that when you're shooting, you can your pack will like fire every time you shoot.
Yeah, maybe
Seems reasonable.
I also liked him talking about the space pirate abduction that happened to him. Zach,
yeah,
you didn't hear about this. He Todd Howard was talking about like a crazy thing that happened where he was on a planet, a sandstorm came in, and it was really hard to see, but some pirates landed right there and started attacking him. So he, fought back, boarded their ship, and while he was trying to take their ship and kill everyone on board, they took off into space. And so suddenly he was in space, like fighting on their ship.
So that's definitely something I want to talk about with like I feel like this is consistent with Bethesda games where there's like and with like kind of emergent gameplay, like sandbox type games where you have a whole bunch of like possibilities for things to happen, and the weird, like when it gets really wacky and a lot of those things overlap and come together for just some like crazy shit. Like, can you imagine you're just in space, you're like, do I like kill everyone and then fly the ship back down to get back to my ship?
Now
like,
I have to take the ship.
Yeah, like, it's just stuff like that where like it's how they overlap and work together to make some crazy things happen. Like that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Get this though. What if you couldn't fly their ship because it was different enough?
That would be bad. They would need to do something.
You'd be
about
stuck.
Like, you'd have to find an escape pod and get the hell out of it.
Or you have to have some way out.
Yeah.
There were some really big ships there, like Navy-sized ships. I'm
That's one
curious
thing I was
whether or not you
wondering,
can get into those.
Eventually, you can get your own like battleship.
Take it
Chase,
or
here's
take
what
one.
You would do.
Or take one. Yeah.
You would have to like do a
See, that's a
hostile
big ship
takeover.
right there.
Yeah.
That's a big ass ship.
That is a big ass ship.
Maybe
I wonder if you
fly.
could threaten the pilots, and then that's how you would get back down to the ground.
No doubt.
Oh yeah, make them fly it for you.
Yeah, like you
Take me
did
back
not...
to my ship.
How
I miss
the
my
hell,
mommy.
man? This is contraband. I am the contraband. Get me out of here.
You realize you're a slaver now,
right?
Is that what you want to be?
Make good
I'm
life
a feisty
decisions.
slaver. I have guns. Let me out. I'm feral. You do not want me.
You do not want me.
I have a cold.
Well, we talked a bit about space magic. The one they showed looked like some sort of like anti-gravity for everyone but you situation.
Yeah, but even that, they're like, the people are in like some sort of stasis where they are like can't move, because like it's like, okay, you take zero grav, like we all know how to fight in zero grav, so like, but those people are like knocked out or something.
I don't know if they're knocked out as much as they're lifted up and like essentially just discombobulated because they didn't know
maybe
what
that's
the
all
hell
it
was
is.
happening.
Yeah, it's like a 5-second stun sort of thing.
Right. Like if you just got suddenly lifted off the ground, you wouldn't be like, I know what I'm doing or what's going on right now.
Sure. I guess this is happening.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So yeah, but I was curious, what other space magic do you think we would see, or would you like to see?
Well, clearly, so there's light speed travel, or near light speed travel, right?
Yeah.
Maybe warping.
Like
Maybe
teleporting?
you find a way to warp. Yeah, or wormhole. They'd probably do like wormhole stuff.
That's like tech, though. We're talking like actual, like, where's the magic?
Magic is only science we do not understand, Chase.
Okay, my bad. All right.
No, I'm with you,
Then-
Zach.
Yeah, but
Chase
yeah,
can go
we
suck
know-
it.
Okay. We know the warping is going to be a thing, and they like
Yeah.
actually explain the scientific theory.
They do have.
behind that.
I do like that they have scientific theories that they like lean on for a lot of the technology.
Yeah.
That's
Whenever, yeah, Todd was talking about that, where he's like, we want you to be able to draw a line, R, and then where this game is. So it's like almost like an actual logical progression of technology. Where you're like, yeah, I could see it being a thing in the next couple hundred years or whatever.
I'm gonna beeline on you for a second, Chase, because I thought the same thing earlier today. Totally unrelated, but it's the same type of thought. And I was just walking to the park nearby this morning, just because it's a nice walk. And you know, typical car from our generation drives by. It's gasoline powered. We're so used to hearing the gasoline engines. And some of the newer electric vehicles, when they're I think they're probably kind of due for maintenance, they're a little bit noisier than they normally should be. So I hear this electrical vehicle whizzing by, or hybrid, and it sounds like the fucking like space stuff we see in video games.
That's where our space
like-
noises come from.
But it was such a like perfect carbon copy of what I would have imagined in an actual video game. Or that's like trying to be more far-fetched and slightly more futuristic. And
Sure.
it's just bizarre. It's bizarre. Like the actual reality of it is that no, it did exist and it does exist presently. It's just in a totally different way that you would have never expected. It's actually a vehicle that needs maintenance that's using an electric engine, which
Well-
is kind of funny. But
Well, I'm excited for Force Lightning.
You think that's a thing?
Palpatine, Mom.
Oh, power!
I don't know if I want it to be that heavy-handed. You
No.
know?
No, but if you could like do something as
Sparkles.
ridiculous as decide to call upon like if you could call down lightning, that would be kind of cool.
Or just
Yeah,
hand
well-
tasers. Just
I
jab.
mean, that could just be like a lightning gun. You know where it's like. it's
You could just
right
have
thing.
you
can
could just have
solve
a
it with
force
tech,
push gun
it's kinda
too.
like
You could
that.
just put a gun of whatever you want. Yes, cool, Chase.
All right, Chase. No, I see what you're saying though. It would be nice for whatever
Wanted to come
is
from my fingers.
alien tech to
we
be
don't
like.
need we don't need Destiny, you know, where it's like the sci-fi fantasy combination. I feel like they could go a little bit less heavy-handed with the magic.
It would be nice though if what they did with the magic was very reality warping. Like maybe you can just take a plane of something, like let's say it's an object or material, or like the floor or a catwalk that you're standing on, and turn it into basically molten, not molten, but just like ethereal
Lava fingers.
liquid. And you know, anyone who walks into it just falls through it. But it's an illusionary in the sense that it still looks like it exists,
Shit like
but
that.
it's not. Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. I'm not like,
Okay.
I don't want another destruction magic tree, you know, like in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see what creative things you can do with it.
That's cool. Fine. All right.
Fine.
Go play Skyrim if you want to.
We already made that game.
Well, let's talk about Easter eggs, because Todd Howard said that there's a lot of Easter eggs.
Of course.
I'm expecting to see Jangles the Space Monkey
Yep.
somewhere.
Teddy bears having sex.
Oh, okay.
Stamina potions by toilets.
Yes.
Potions of true shot, like they do in Skyrim, by the stamina potions by beds. Dude, Skyrim has so many.
I've never
like-
noticed those, but that makes sense now.
They'll have like horker tusks underneath people's beds that they imply are like dildos.
Oh,
like
goodness.
there's a lot of shit like that. in
Oh.
You know, I
Bethesda.
was thinking of something more wholesome, like the first dog into space is an Easter egg.
I
or
was thinking
something.
about that one
They'll
too.
have that kind of stuff too, but it's so funny when you walk into a room that's clearly a bathroom, and there's like a potion of true shot on the shelf, and you're like, Yep. Someone's gonna
Yeah.
be sipping on that so they don't miss the bucket.
I also think it'd be really cool if like you're walking by some NPCs having a drink or something, and one of them makes a comment about hold on to your bottle caps, that might be worth something someday.
Oh yeah.
I think that would be really funny. Little slight tilt of the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they definitely have enough content in their other games to like nod towards for Easter eggs, which would be really good.
Oh yeah.
So mods, let's talk about mods.
Okay.
They talked about their whole plan is to support mods like from the very start.
Yeah.
So that's
Bethesda.
great. How long, because this is such a vast big game, how long before we start seeing decent mods do you think?
I mean, they'll probably be like unofficial. I don't even know. I don't know because haven't done a Bethesda game on PC at launch before. I've only ever done them like on Xbox, so I never had access to it anyways until like they introduced mod support for Skyrim years and years ago. So I don't know. I don't know if they do like the unofficial bug patch mod, because that's usually like the most popular one.
Right.
I don't know what they'll do, but I know I'm not gonna touch them probably quite a while, unless there's like some minor quality of life things, because the game's they're gonna patch it a bunch. They're gonna be like I can't imagine.
I do like experiencing a game for what it is and what it was meant to be first. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I could imagine a lot of people are gonna be busy playing the game, that mods won't be much of a thing for at least a couple weeks, if not at least a month.
Well, and the best mods will be done from a mod creator who's immersed themselves in the game, and then if they want to make
content,
like a lore friendly,
essentially.
Yeah, where they're like, okay, I know the bounds of the game, and I could realistically add something to it that fits in the universe.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're going for that, maybe they want to add the Dragonborn armor or whatever, and it's like, okay, go for it. But depends on the mod type. I'm curious if the Xbox version of the game
will also
like
have a mod.
The Microsoft Store version will have mod support. I know they like changed it. They opened up the folder so you can, but I haven't tested it out. But that's why I got pre-ordered the Steam version.
Well, I think their whole intent is that on any platform, right? Since they did open it up on Skyrim, I think their intent is to have that functionality on their games going forward.
And that's always been like Creation Engine's thing, is like they hand that over to the mod creators so they can easily add stuff. I do want to say I am really excited for mods, because when you have 1,000 worlds and a lot of them are going to be empty, there's so much room for people to just add. And I'm curious if they'll be like, oh yeah, we just added another planet because we wanted to do our own.
1,000 more planets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you could do anything. You could like add a new spaceship that has a whole storyline on this giant ship, or
well, and I bet you that's where you can get a lot of those new aesthetics like that you're talking about. There'll probably be modders that just make spaceship parts. Yeah,
there's just so much room to add onto systems. It's really cool.
I absolutely love the idea of maybe even a what was the game called? Dead Space. Themed sort of just like side quests. And you're on maybe just one ship for the entire
Event Horizon.
But it's like a horror. It's like the ship shuts down, has no power, you're stuck in space, you're doing something weird.
Yeah.
You're describing Event Horizon right now.
Okay, all right, my bad. My bad. It could be Alien
it's not
too.
Vanilla, like a mod is reasonable. Like that's within reach of a mod right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
All right. So that kind of covers all of the news that we know, things that we know about Starfield. Obviously, there's stuff we didn't talk about. If there's something we missed you want us to talk about, leave that in the comments. We'll try to get to it next time. We'll discuss it a little bit. But we're going to move on to a little bit of Q&A, just a little bit, where we kind of prepared a couple questions for each other. I don't know, these two knuckleheads might not have prepared anything. Just to kind of gauge our feelings about the game, stuff we're excited for, which we've kind of been doing along the way, but this is our chance. If there's anything we missed, we can go back and talk about it. If you have questions, like something you want to gauge our experience or pose just into the void, feel free to put that in the comments on YouTube or Twitch. When maybe we'll ask it next time that we have in our next episode. So feel free to do that. I've got a major question for you. I forgot to ask it when we were talking about the builds, the badge system and all of that. What kind of builds or play styles are you guys excited for? Excited to see, excited to try?
That's a good question.
Melee. I love melee.
Melee. I'm happy that it's just fists, but I'm also slightly sad that there isn't just like a giant steel bat that you can run around with and just beat people with.
You know,
Maybe
like
there
melee
is.
weapon.
They did say
There
there
are
were melee
weapons.
weapons.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah,
They showed an axe
I
just
saw
now.
an axe. Oh my
Yeah.
god!
A giant slab of metal.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm set.
Uh,
So melee has always been a tricky one for most video games, I think, because
Yeah.
there's so many different ways to do it. Hand-to-hand combat is highly varied and highly complex. In fact, I would say even more than any of the gunplay.
yeah.
Right.
So you pick
Yeah.
one, and you pick one that you really like and that you want to polish, and that's just all you get.
Well, and there's so much you could do with like, you know, I'm gonna be melee, but I'm gonna use grenades and like,
Yeah.
you know, separating your opponents, being able to sneak up on them, being able to move while shielded. Like, there's so much you can do to like build a melee character, because like closing the gap
Yeah.
is 90% of the battle. Once you get there, you're just gonna beat the shit out of them. But like,
Right.
you know, you got to figure out how to get there without dying. So
It becomes a super interesting strategy to just problem solve,
Yeah.
yeah,
which makes it really fun. But
I'm with you. Melee close quarters combat is really fun. I think melee is always really interesting. It was my favorite build that I tried in Oblivion back in the day.
hand to hand, yeah, they're really
yep.
fun.
But I always like to mix it up too and try new things. And a lot of times I'll base builds off of like celebrities. I have like celebrity builds that I'll do.
my.
So
man.
in Fallout, in Fallout 76, I did a Neil Patrick Harris build, which was all luck and charisma and a bit of agility.
Hell yeah.
It did not make for a great fighting.
You're not supposed to get in a fight, Joe.
But I could sell stuff and I could talk people into things. And I guess the fighting part came in with the luck, right? Like it's just get as lucky as I could to get my VATs back and get my crits like immediately, stuff like that. I also did in Fallout 4, I did an Amy Winehouse build, which was it was centered around only using melee weapons or explosives, and anytime that I picked up or saw a drug, I had to take it right away.
Gotcha. I will say about drugs, that's like one of in my latest Fallout 4 run, I have like hundreds of jet that I have hotkeyed, because combat in that game is 10 times easier when time is slowed.
Oh
so
yeah.
like my character is just like high 100% of the time, so I'll do like psycho for like the damage and stuff, and then just constantly popping more jet so I can like slow time down. And I just love, but like it's like, sure, you and I are kind of on the same playing field, but I am like high all the time, and that's my advantage, is that I'm like a freaking drug addict.
Yeah.
And then like building your character out that way is just like, the lore implications of that is just absolutely hilarious to me.
Yes.
Where it's like, we're both just, you know, flesh and bone, but I'm high as fuck, and there's nothing you can do to stop me right now.
I am the human equivalent of Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I'm hoping that this game has the room for that, because I know that's like kind of a Fallout, like post-apocalyptic world thing, is like everyone's chem addict, but like, and then I know Skyrim, you know, like in Skyrim, skooma, like it just restores like 25 stamina or something. It doesn't have any of the like addictive qualities that, like, that whole system's just non-existent in Skyrim. So I'm really hoping, and I know they talked about having like a drug in.
Oh, I'm sure, because there's contraband, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just like hoping that it plays the same part that it does in Fallout, where it's like completely changes or adds like really unique effects to your combat, because I will just be all over that if that's the case.
Nice.
But
Dude,
in terms of
space astronaut is in space.
Space astronaut
Space.
is high all the time. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I love it. In terms of my playstyle, I think it's gonna depend on. I'm gonna try everything out and it'll just depend on the game feel, because I like in Skyrim, I like to gravitate towards like the big two-handed whatever whacking stuff, but that's because it feels good in Skyrim.
Yeah.
And then in Fallout, I like to whatever mid-range like lever action rifles or something like that, because that feels really good. So I'm probably just going to try everything out and see what feels the best, and then I'll just naturally fall into some. But I'm really excited to try all the different things, because there seems to be a lot of really for the game.
Jason,
Good.
wasn't there actually a lever action that we saw? Was
Oh,
that not
no
a
doubt.
thing that we saw? Okay.
I know there's like a revolver class, but it's like space revolver, so
Yeah.
that's probably what I'm gonna try out first. But yeah. Anytime I find a new gun, I'm gonna be like, ooh, what's this do?
What did
Yeah.
you do? Oh, that's great.
All right.
One of the interesting things about so this is kind of left field, and we'll stop quickly, but Naughty Dog made a game called Uncharted, and the fourth iteration of this game, Uncharted 4. Blah, 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 blah. One of the cool things that I really liked about it was that when you were in action sequences fighting certain people, I mean, everyone drops their gun and everyone drops the thing that they're using.
Mhm.
I'm really excited to go fight a bunch of space pirates, and then everything they drop is just like a revolver. Or I go fight a bunch of like,
and
cyberpunk nerds,
that's-
and they drop like weird, creepy shit.
Well, and that's totally Bethesda, right? Is to drop
Yeah.
exactly what they have on them. And
Yeah.
they're using it.
Yes.
Down to their underwear.
Yep.
Down.
Like, I won't put that on.
Hey, that's mine now.
Yeah. Curious what that'll be like. Okay, so something that's really awesome about Fallout 4 is the whole power armor thing, where you're just like, I am now a land tank, a human-shaped tank. I'm curious if they have anything like that in this game, because that was one of those things where it's like power armor is always cool in the Fallout games, but when Fallout 4 came out with like the giant, like they just completely changed the game with that. Like it's just something else. So I'm curious if you'll have stuff like with the space suit, if you can have like bigger, tankier spacesuits, how like gearing up looks like.
Right.
Because you'll probably have like you're walking around normal in.
Well, they definitely showed that the spacesuits have stats. So your equipment has stats that you can do that. So
is it gonna work like Fallout, where you have like your clothing and then you have armor over top the clothing? Like how? I'm just curious.
I
how
don't
they
know.
End up. I'm speaking out into the void, Joe.
Okay.
I need my cosmetics.
Todd Howard, if you're listening, answer us.
Yeah.
We know you're a fan.
Tell us what you know.
Todd, you know how much I like you, okay?
Yeah.
We talked about it a bunch.
How many times he's apparently.
Right. Telling Joe earlier, what was that dumb joke that I was telling you earlier, Joe? Like, spaghetti's straight until it gets wet.
Yes. All right. We're to our last segment. All right.
No, ready.
All right. We're gonna move on to community spotlight. Okay. So this is I've reached out into the communities. I've gone and looked at a couple of things, found some memes, some pictures, things people are finding or looking at, and I'm just gonna share with you guys. There's some things that people have created, which I think are pretty cool. I'm gonna share those. There's gonna be links in the description also for these things, for the most part. So, and on our Facebook, so you can find that there. So let's just head on into it. I will switch to my monitor.
It's a unfortunate person for that guy to have died.
Right?
Dude.
So someone made a fan trailer to Freebird. It's a different type of Freebird by Totem. Looked freaking awesome. It was, definitely check it out. I'm not going to play it here right now because it's definitely copyrighted music.
Yeah.
But I'll post the link. It was pretty cool. He took the direct and cut some stuff together and put it to this music. It was really cool. Then this one is talking about the different hoardings in the different games. So we've got Skyrim up top with hoarding cheese in on a pedestal of some sort. In Fallout 4, you've got
Quantum, baby.
Quantum in a bathtub, and then in Starfield, you got sandwiches on a table.
Sandwiches.
Yep.
Yeah. I love that's from a dev too. Like
Is that
one of the devs?
I didn't even notice
like,
that.
Well, the whole sandwich thing.
Oh,
the
yeah.
The lady talks about sandwiches. I love that.
Yeah. Yep.
They made a game for themselves, you know.
Right.
Like that's where you get the best.
They made a game
quality.
they want to
Dude.
play.
Yeah.
If you raided a ship and there was just a room full of sandwiches, I
Dude,
feel
I
like
would
you might be
get
a
the
little
fuck
terrified.
out.
You'd be like,
I would
I'm messing with
leave.
somebody I should not be messing
Yeah.
with. I'm
They
getting
are
out of this.
hungry.
They need not to be.
They stole a lot of lunch money.
That's right.
This is not the work of one person. They stole these sandwiches.
All right, the next one. This was from the direct. Someone noticed this and grabbed the screen. Nope, not creepy at all. And it's you walking into some bushes, and there's a shadowy figure on the other side. Could be a statue of some sort, but it also looks just eerily like an alien with a cloak.
Grandpa.
Maybe.
Like if we're talking about trying to find alien technology, maybe these aliens still exist, and like this, you're like walking through here, and then something happens to divert your attention or something, and it's gone or something like that. Maybe
Sasquatch is
I don't know.
real.
But cryptids, space cryptids.
Face scripted.
I think there will be some times you walk into a area or a building or a spaceship or a planet, and it will be legit a horror setup.
Yeah.
Because they've done that before, and it's always just like, oh, I'm in a horror game now. Okay, fantastic.
Yay.
Anyways,
So,
this
who
was
knows?
I didn't notice this ever in the direct, but this with it still framed like this, that spooks me.
Yeah.
For this,
You know, it's
You
got
get
like
the
a tie
spooks.
in the middle there. I mean, it's a
It's got a
little
little
low
tie.
res for me.
Well,
It's got a little
yeah, I
tie,
can't-
little arms, kind of like maybe it's Todd.
Oh, it's Todd over there with his
I don't
hair
know. Yeah.
saying,
Kinda
"Welcome
reminds
to
me of a little-
Starfield."
Hey, Todd, is that you? As I'm almost wetting myself playing this game.
Oh, Todd.
Yeah, Todd. Howdy.
All right, and this next Reddit post, this is the last Reddit post, is someone just admiring the rocks in Starfield. You got
Yeah, that's
all the different
Yoke,
types of
yeah.
rocks that they showed off during.
Ooh, baby.
That's a nice
Ooh,
bow.
oh yeah, look at
yeah.
those edges.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
They said, "I love
one looks
rocks."
like an
and
88
Starfield has the
almost.
best
I
rocks. I've ever
love
seen.
rocks.
I love rocks.
This guy gets rocks.
Dude, that
Yeah.
one looks like a unicorn with a giant
Eagle head.
on the right there. Yeah, and there's like a big old, like, I don't know.
It's like a hippo over here.
hippo with something riding on
unicorn.
his back.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're just looking
Mm-hmm.
at pictures of Starfield rocks. This one has a little dude hanging out in the rocks.
This is content. This is what passes for content when we're
When a
like,
game's not out yet.
Doesn't even come out yet. Look at the
This
rocks.
is what I
Oh,
told
wow.
you. People are too excited for this game to come out. They're looking for anything they can to
You
like
gotta
consume
you gotta
it.
just yeah.
My
This
poor
is nice.
virgin eyes
This
are
is
no
nice.
longer virgin eyes. They've
I
seen
know.
the rocks.
They're
Little
violated.
spires, crystals, or whatever. There's just so many different types. Like I didn't even realize it till I saw this post. How many different kinds
Yeah,
of
dude,
rocks
artists
they put out.
spent the time to
Like different landscapes.
A bunch of people spent the time to figure out.
Oh, and with this, could you imagine this creature in this environment and how easily you might mistake them for a little tree?
Oh God, yeah, yeah.
They will probably have creatures that blend well into their environment.
That's true.
Yeah,
I mean, that
I
would
hope
make
so.
sense.
that would.
Rocks.
I want to
that
say
looks
the
like a
creature
real
design when they like go over this segment where they go over like the
Mm-hmm.
creature designs look really good.
They do. They do look really good. Except
That's
for
where your aliens
except
are.
for Brain Sprout. Who knows what the fuck is happening there?
Dude. We'll find out.
We'll find out. Wait, yeah, this is
Let's
horns.
check it out.
Horns. Okay. Just so many different types of rocks. This person found 20 different types of rocks apparently. So
Oh my
God, are we
gonna go through all these goddamn
there, that's the end of the rocks. All right,
Okay.
hold on.
Oh,
I
man, we
had
did it.
Got
two
my
more
rocks off.
things
What?
to show. So this is,
Do you need deodorant?
I don't know if you guys can hear it. Probably not. This is right now. The audio is from Skyrim, the beginning of Skyrim, when you're waking up
Hey
on the.
you!
on the
You're
thing.
finally awake.
Yes. So it's all the audio. He just said it. Hey, you're finally awake.
You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into
You
the
were
thief
caught
here,
crossing the border.
same as us. And that thief over there.
But yeah, so they just kind of mixed it into the intro that they showed for this. I thought that was kind of
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
It fit pretty well. Oh, I have some things to show in Discord. That's right. Someone made a pretty nice wallpaper for
Oh,
the
nice.
theme.
ultra wide.
Yep, it's ultra wide and also not ultra wide. Like they did all different sizes, so it's really cool. It can span double screens. Someone made a more retro poster there of the thing. Looks pretty cool. I like the style. This is another wallpaper I thought was really nicely done. Very styled. Not in ultra wide, but still.
I mean, I don't have an ultra wide monitor, so.
This person did essentially a scene with the Constellation logo in mind.
Oh.
Damn.
So
that's cool.
Right?
Same color palette and everything.
Yep. And this one I really liked. I thought it was really cool. They made a custom controller Xbox button cover.
How do you? Oh, it's like a little sticker. You put on top of it?
Yeah, or something like that. I'm not sure, but yeah, they made it themselves.
Pulled the button out and painted it, maybe.
Maybe.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that looked really cool. There's a few more artists here doing things, but that was the most. I think those were the most notable of the Discord ones. Some stuff people are making. There was.
So do you think there'll be VATs? Will there be VATs?
No, I think they said that they're not going to be VATs.
Get rid of the VATs.
I think that's it.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Well,
we've milked all the content we can
for now. For now,
we can milk so much.
We're gonna do another episode in a month. See what's come out. What else we want to talk about. But that does it for our show.
They can't handle it.
Yeah, we can't. I can't wait for Starfield to release. I think we got a lot of fun ideas for like things to do in the game, or at least I have a lot of fun ideas for fun things to do in the game. I'm sure we'll come up with even more once we're playing the game. So we're gonna have some in-game content that we do in these podcasts as well.
Are you gonna want to live stream the game at all, Joe?
Probably. We'll probably live stream our playthroughs a little bit, just occasionally, if we want. That's fine. But anyways, if you enjoyed this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, or follow us. Leave a review on whatever platform you happen to be hanging out on, watching us on. I'm Joe, your host, and I'd like to thank you, Chase and Zach, for joining me today to geek out about Starfield.
Heck yeah, man. It's been good.
And we'd like to thank you, our viewers and listeners, for joining us today. And we hope to see you next time as we venture further into the Starfield.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.